and book finesse. Mix 'em up, that's your best. This is the best show. Guiding your souls to grow. Helping you find your flow.
Yo, what's going on? And welcome to episode three of the Best Bet Show. I am Daniel Sneed, aka Best Bet Dan, and I am your host. And yes, today we have another solo cast, although I do have some guests on the way, some guests loading. So be on the lookout for some new episodes with guests in studio and virtually. We're gonna do all the things. But yeah, as we get into the show today, so this show today, this is for unmotivated high schoolers. So point blank period, this episode is very targeted. If you're in high school, you're unmotivated. This could be for actually, high school and college unmotivated, but my theme is if you're doing high school, if you hate high school, you're doing it wrong. That's the title of the show. If you hate high school, you're doing it wrong. But yeah, I'm talking to y'all today. I need y'all to lock in with me because I'm about to cook for y'all real quick. So, boom. So today's episode, this is what I want you to take away from this episode today. Your high school, it can absolutely be a cheat code if you lock in and you apply the thoughts that I give you today. And I got some side quests for y'all. So lock in with those too. All right. So, if you haven't already, please follow me on all socials, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. I am at Best Bet Dan. Y'all see my chain? I'm styling out here. Can y'all see the chain though? I love it. I just got this made the other day. Shout out to my guy, Joe. I don't even know his last name. I know that I saw Primetime 585. Shout out to Karen Iglesias. She had one made with her logo, and I was like, nah, I need that. I need that because I'm always branding. Always be branding. That's just a little side note over there. But super excited about the chain. If you guys are watching on YouTube, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and interact with me. I want to hear what you guys are thinking about the show in the comments. I am responsive to the comments. I only get like one or two of them ever. Now, let's change that. But definitely tap in because I would love to hear what you guys think about the content. If you're listening to this on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening to it, there is video on YouTube. So if you want to tap in with the video, the page is Best Bet Dan. There's probably going to be a link in the description to the YouTube channel because you can tap in there. All right. So here we go. All right. So I already talked about my chain. See, look at. I'm week 2. I'm week 2 with the outline. So I already talked about my chain. I kind of skipped over that. Or I didn't skip over that, but I got to it early. But you see it though? It's definitely fire. Like I'm really digging the chain. All right, so but yeah, let's talk about the topic though. If you hate high school, it is because you are doing it wrong. Now, preface. I know there are people that are dealing with real things, with different types of anxieties, different types of fears and things like that. So if that is you, right? If you actually have medical reasons, why, things are difficult and things are hard, take this with a grain of salt, okay? If you get stuff from this episode that you feel like you can use it. But if you don't, that's okay too. I'm not really talking to you. I'm talking specifically to the ones who they're just not locked in, and it has nothing to do with any sort of medical issue. It's just a lot to do with, I would say, kind of thinking you're know-it-all. But I get that. I was there too. But more than anything, it has to do with no one really showing you what you have access to. And access is one of my favorite words. It's a whole chapter in my book that I just wrote, Get More from the Game. Shameless plug for that. But let's talk about it. So here we go. Do you feel burnt out? Do you feel uninspired? Do you feel overwhelmed by your grades or lack of aspirations? I hear you. In many ways, when it came to the curriculum of high school, like the stuff you were learning, I felt the exact same way. And as a matter of fact, as quiet as it's kept, your parents probably felt that way too, right? So where do we go from here, right? Because I know for what I've started to tell young people is bro, if you hate high school now and everything that it stands for, why are you only looking forward to going to sign up for college to do more of what you already don't like, right? But if we can deal with, I think, if we can deal with can I talk? If we can deal with these root causes, right? Being uninspired, being burnt out, feeling overwhelmed. If we can deal with these things, I think that we can not only make your high school experience better, but I think we can exponentially and vastly grow the results that you get from showing up to this building every single day, right? Because if you're going to go to this building every day for 4 years, why not get the most out of it? Like literally, why not get out of it everything that you absolutely can get out of it? So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to milk that high school for everything it's worth. All right. And again, if you feel these ways coming into this show, I get it. I was you, right? But my goal, my hope, and my mission is that as you listen to these thoughts over the next, 15, 20 minutes or so, that you find some things that you can latch onto and you can apply, because application is everything. And you can just completely change your experience in just how high school has been going and turn it into something amazing on the go forward. All right. So boom, the first thing you need to understand that high school is a cheat code. Now, again, I've said that several times already in this episode, but I repeat stuff like that on purpose because I want to brand it to your brain. I want to burn it into your brain, right? So it's a 1,000,000% a cheat code, but today I'm going to show you how to use it. Okay, so let's talk about the first thing. So high school is the one time in life when you will be literally surrounded by hundreds and possibly thousands of people every single day. Matter of fact, if you don't end up going to college, this is the last time you're going to be around this many people on a daily basis. And I can interchange this many people with this many opportunities, because every person is an opportunity. And we'll get into that in a little bit. But stay with me for a second, right? This high school, being around this many people on a daily basis, it is a gift. And a lot of times as adults, right? I'm 37 and I've talked to other people. We realize like how much we took that for granted. I would say simply even on like a mental health level, just the fact that to be around, that movement, to be around that bustling where people are going spaces, doing things. I mean, you got sports, you got clubs, you got academic stuff. Like high school, that building is filled with so much life. But when you leave there, right? College becomes a whole different level, because college, everyone's on their own schedule. You might have a class at 7:00 at night where the hallways aren't as full. You might have a class early in the morning. So it depends on what college you go to. You might go to a really, really small college where you don't see a lot of people. You might go to a really, really big college where you see so many people, it's almost overwhelming, right? But the point is that after high school and after college, the number of people that you're around on a daily basis will shrink significantly. That is important to understand that now. I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that in high school, and I also didn't understand why that was so significant, right? So first point, people are opportunities. And the fact that you're around hundreds and possibly thousands of people every single day in high school, that's your opportunity. And we're going to get into that and break that down in a bit. Okay. I'm going into this next. So being around this many people makes high school a unique opportunity to build relationship and networks, right? So the first thing I want to do is I want to shift your mindset from enduring high school to using high school. I'm going to throw a word in there that substitute for using is leveraging, right? Using it as a tool, like using it as like a wedge to help kind of like catapult you forward. So why are people important and why are people opportunities? People are gateways. People are gateways into other opportunities, into meeting other people, into other learning about other careers, into learning about other opportunities. So what I know about you right now is in high school, you probably got your friend group that you roll with. And it's interesting because I had two different dynamics for high school. So my first year, I went to a small school where everybody knew everybody, right? But even in that environment, I didn't have the mindset to really connect with everyone that they knew. So I didn't get into their networks and meet their parents. And I met parents, but I didn't understand what their parents did. I wasn't on that level of thinking like, I'm exploring. I'm actually like, I'm building relationship. I wasn't there. I did not think like this. Okay. So there's that aspect. Then if you go to like a larger school, right, where like, oh, you are in your group and you definitely don't interact with everybody in the school on a daily basis. Like, matter of fact, so I graduated from a school in Rochester called Gates Chili. It is one of the largest high schools in the county that I live. And I joke, and I've said this joke literally for years. So I went to Gates Chili for 3 years, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. And I literally tell people that every day in high school, every single day, I saw 5 new white people that I never saw before. Every single day. And I say that because it was a predominantly white school. And like, yo, like like after school, right? So like now that I'm an adult, in my adult life, I've run into people like on multiple times who was like, oh yeah, I went to Gates. Oh, you went to Gates? I went to Gates. Where did you graduate? Oh, 06. Wait, you were, that's my class. I've never seen you before. And I was like, dang, yo. So not only did I see 5 new white people every single day, but now after high school, I'm learning like, yo, there's just hundreds of them that I never even saw, period, until after high school. But either way, these are hundreds and thousands of opportunities. So now you have your friend group, right? The people that you chill with. So it could be the athletes. It could be the skaters. It could be the basketball players. You could be one of them ones who is kind of more like, hey, I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm over here, which I like that for you. Keep that going. But even still, no matter, and even if you are one of those ones who kind of has multiple groups and you can go in between, there's still more people that you can get to know. You still don't know everybody. So the first side mission is I want you to leave this episode and I want you to intentionally begin to start to notice kids in your school that you just haven't spoken to. Say hello. Give them a compliment. Compliment shoes. Could you compliment what they're wearing? Ask them a question. You know, what clubs are you involved in? Figure it out. I'm gonna let you be creative on that. I'm gonna give you the blueprint, but I'm gonna leave the details up to you. Can we work it like that? All right, cool. So, because the reason why you're doing this is because these kids are opportunities, and you are their opportunity. So I love relationship building because even though I'm teaching you, because you're watching this, you're consuming this, right? I'm teaching you to be offensive, right? And to have like a moving forward mindset and be forward thinking. But even though you're the one that's learning it, there are going to be people who are going to be impacted because they met you, because you're going to have something that they need. You're going to be able to be a blessing to them. Right? So this isn't just about what you can get. It's also about what you will give, because you will now start to create more organic opportunities to serve other people as other people have opportunities to serve you. Did y'all catch that? I just said a lot. I hope y'all caught that. Okay. So, again, we're shifting the mindset from enduring high school. We're moving from there into, I get to go to high school. I get to show up here every day. I get to interact with these people. I get to, you see what I just did there? So that's what I really want to focus on. I really want to focus on, again, changing up that mindset from enduring to leveraging to using. Okay. So, make new friends outside of your normal friends group. So side mission. Let's go for the next 4 weeks. So about a month's time. For the next month, every week, I want you to make it a purpose to meet 5 new people and have conversations with 5 new people. And staff are included. Faculty, staff, teachers, they're included because they're opportunities as well. Okay? So boom, that's your first side quest. 1 month, 5 new people each week. Okay? There we go. Now, let's go a little deeper, right? Now, let's look at the group of people you already hang with and you already know, right? So this is like your core people. Let's start to dig into their networks. Because now here's the thing, right? So I have core people who like, I was locked in with them in high school. But then once high school ended, like we just weren't locked in, right? So like even like right now, I have from high school 2 people that I went to high school with that I'm really locked in with, right? One of them is my wife. I married her. We went to school together from 6th grade to 9th grade. So she got in there because I went my freshman year. So that's how she qualified for a high school friend. And then my other best friend, Steve, that's my bro. Outside of that, and I have my high school friends. Shout out to y'all, by the way, if y'all listening to this. Make sure y'all share this with somebody. I have my other high school friends who like, yo, we talk on social media. I might talk to them occasionally, but I'm not really doing life with them, right? Like, yo, like Steve will call me to watch his baby. Like we're locked in like that. And so, what I want you to start thinking about your circle or people that you're locked in with is I want you to start connecting with their people, right? So when you're at their house, maybe to watch a game, maybe to just chill, do whatever you're doing, yo, like take some time to, instead of just flying by their parents saying hi, bye, yo, stop for a minute and say, hey, yo, Mr. Jones, like, what do you do for a living? And do you like it? And just listen. And just listen. So I'm going to throw this in there because high school is an opportunity not just to build relationships with your peers, but it is a great place to understand the power of cross-generational relationships. And it's a great place to start to build cross-generational relationships. So, newsflash, you don't know everything. You know a lot and you're really smart. You're one of the smartest generations that's ever existed because you have access to the most information ever as a teenager, literally inside your smartphone. So you got a lot going on, but you don't have it all. And in order to set yourself up and give yourself the best bet, you see what I did with that? I'm best bet Dan. In order to do that, you need people. And the more people that you have that have been there before, that have gone through some life, that are in your corner giving you advice, the better it's going to be for you, right? So now, again, second side quest, your inner circle, the people and the kids, the students you spend the most time with, yo, start to build with their parents. Start to build with their parents. There might be a shadowing opportunity to go to their jobs if it's something you're interested in. You might start doing this and you might find out that one of your friends, their parents has a job that you actually were already interested but didn't know. Or that you become interested in because like you just learned that it existed because you started having conversations with people whose house you're in. Like you be in their house, eating their food, consuming their electricity, right? I know you brought your charger. I know. Matter of fact, you probably watching. Your phone's probably plugged in right now, taking up somebody's electricity that you are not paying for. Get to know that person. They have information that can help you to move forward, right? So boom, the next side quest is you need to be connecting with the people, and not just the parents. They got siblings. They have cousins, aunts, uncles. Embed yourself as deep into your inner circle's network as possible and just bring value. That value could be a listening ear. That value could be like, yo, like if you see one of your friend's parents like raking leaves, get a rake. Now, what's crazy, if you do that, you might put your friend on the spot where they might kind of look at you sideways, but they might go grab a rake too. And yo, unbeknownst to you, that might actually help their relationship with their parent because when do kids rake and do chores with their parents like that? But yo, again, when you start living differently, when you start living with the mindset of, hey, I get to talk to these people because I have access to them, and you start to take advantage of that, it is mind-boggling and mind-blowing as to what can happen because of simple gestures like that. Okay? So, boom. There we go. This part right here is a part I'm really going to love. I'm really excited about. And that is learn to create memorable experiences and be intentional about memorable experiences. So, yo, like normally when somebody asks you to go somewhere, matter of fact, I'll tell you something I regret. And I'm putting you on game right now. So that way you don't have to miss out on what I missed out on. Bro, high school hockey, it's different. It's completely different. Like it is different from any other sport. And I'm telling you, I missed it. I missed it because I just didn't do that. The hockey players, I had some that were in my class. There was one kid they called Meatball. Shout out to Meatball. I wonder if he'll ever see this. That'd be crazy if he sees this. But like, I never went to their games, and they would wear their jersey on game day. So I knew when the games were, but I didn't have any interest at all. And nobody ever, and this is not to blame them, but nobody really invited me like that. And so I didn't go. But fast forward, I want to say in 2023, probably. Yeah. So one of my students in my coaching program, Best Bet Skills Academy, shout out to JT. Matter of fact, he's at University of Tampa right now. He's a freshman, but, I went to a few of his hockey games, bro. high school hockey is a whole entire vibe. Like, it's different. Like, when I tell you it's different, number one, the arena is different, right? You in an ice arena. Typically, they're not that big, right? So now you're kind of crammed into a little space. The student sections go crazy. Now, what's funny is it's different from a different dynamic from any other high school sporting event, is because a lot of the ice rinks that high schools play at, they're like community ice rinks, or they're like, like a local, like we got Lakeshore here in Rochester. We have the Bill Gray's Ice Complex, where they don't just host school events. So like these places be having restaurants that like you can eat chicken wings and watch a high school hockey. I didn't know that. For the black people, you can get chicken wings at a high school hockey game. I need y'all to just put a pin in that, right? So anyway, the experience for me was amazing. And all I thought while I was there is like, man, I didn't know this existed in high school. Like, it was so close to me, but yet so far, because I didn't have a mindset. I did not have the mindset. And again, I'm not blaming anybody that didn't have this. It's nobody's fault. But that's why I'm doing this video, is because like, yo, I want to give you that mindset to like, yo, branch out. Stop just going to basketball and football games to the black people. And to the white people, yo, stop just going to the white people sports. No, but really branch out. Really branch out, because there are opportunities everywhere for you. So new experiences, that's what the subject I was on creating new experiences. So in order to have memorable experiences, you got to try new things, you got to do new things. The one thing I did do that was kind of out of the box in high school for me is I joined the chess club. So now keep in mind, this was the early 2000s. So we had 3X t-shirts and jeans as big as we could find them. And, the kids that weren't urban, they didn't dress like that. So I would show up to chess club. Now, mind you, at our chess club, they had pizza every time. So in a lot of ways, I was just showing up for the free pizza. But I was actually really good at chess. And I went to one meet out of the whole time that I went, because I would go to the practices for the free pizza, but they convinced me to go to one meet. And I ended up giving a kid who was like, literally, this kid had to be in like, I'm probably in like 11th grade at this time. This kid had to be in like 6th grade, but he was one of the top chess players in the county. Like, yo, he had a snotty nose while we were playing, and like the snot was dripping like down to his top lip, and he kept like licking it off. It was disgusting. But either way, I did give him a run for his money. But even that, like, I wish I would have stuck with it, because I was a good chess player. My dad, he taught me chess. Shout out to you, Pop. He taught me chess, but not only did he teach me chess, but he taught me like strategy. So I was better than most of the kids because of just playing with my dad. And I was kind of beyond just what they were doing in school chess club or whatnot. So yeah, boom. So, talk to your teachers. Talk to your teachers. Get to know your teachers. And I'm not, it's funny, I ask kids this a lot. Like, so tell me about your teachers. Matter of fact, it was a kid, I ran into him. I went to a church to speak, and I think his name was Elijah, I want to say. But I was like, yeah, so do you have a good relationship with your teacher? He was like, yeah, I got a great relationship with my teacher. I was like, all right, bet. Tell me your favorite teacher, like absolute favorite teacher. So he gave me an answer. I bet. I said, all right, so what college did he go to? I don't know. All right, is he married? I don't know. Okay, he got kids. I think so. Okay, do you know how many kids he got? I don't know. Okay, let's see. What kind of car he drive? And so I asking him all of these questions, and then we came to the point that you don't know this man. You just said this was your favorite teacher, but you don't know this man. This is a stranger to you. The only reason why you're saying his favorite teacher is because he kind of maybe makes you laugh, or maybe he wears Jordans. I don't know. I didn't ask any questions further. But the point is that, again, we're going back to cross-generational relationships. All right, get ready for what I'm about to say, especially for high school students, especially for my high school students. You ready for this? Because this could change your life. You look dead into this camera. Your teacher is not the op. I'm going to say it another time for the people in the back. I'm going to say it nice and clear. Your teachers are not the ops. In many ways, your teachers are your first real network outside of your family and friends that are adults. They want to see you win. And I would submit to you that in many cases, your teachers want to see you win more than anybody else, probably except your parents. But our society, even our media, our movies has framed teachers as the ops, as the enemies. And so we've latched on to that in many cases. Now, there are some kids who haven't. So shout out to you for that. Shout out to you guys for seeing something different. But the majority of kids, a teacher is just like, yo, they're a babysitter for you. Or you hate them because they gave you too much homework. But I challenge you, back to a side quest, get to know them. Get to know them. Ask them questions about their background, their education, their family. Why do they choose to teach? Why do they choose to hang out with hooligans all day? Nah, you're not hooligans. I'm just playing. But find out. Asking questions is one of the greatest ways to build relationship because it starts conversations. And conversations really do provide the fundamental building blocks of a relationship, which is information and an experience. Or a memory, right? So you can have a conversation where you get information, but then that conversation can be really good, and that conversation could also be an experience or a memory. So you're killing two birds with one stone by simply having conversations with these teachers. When I first started coaching Best Bet, one of my favorite things that I had one of my students say, he was on winter break, right? And he texted me, he was like, "Oh, can't wait to go back to school." I'm like, "Can't go back to school? Like, what do you mean? That's weird." And he was like, "Nah, bro." He was like, I really can't wait to like network with my teachers. Like I went through that part in your course where you talked about that. And I was like, let's go. Like, and that just caught me off guard. Cause I put it in the course cause I saw the value in it, but I also had never seen that type of response to it up until that point. Teachers aren't the ops, y'all. Your teachers are not the ops. Take advantage of free resources. Yo, there's field trips. I know high school is different. High school, you got to like sign up for field trips. So stay close to your school counselor. Stay close to the different offices that are in your school because they be having field trips posted in their offices that you can go on. And a lot of times they don't cost you any money. You just need to sign up and get your permission slip signed so you can leave the school. So again, side quest. You can get out of school by going to school if you know when the field trips are. Did you catch that? We thinking out here. Okay. All right. So I'm about to get ready to wrap this up because I'm already talking too long. I want you to see high school as a gold mine, and you are now a miner. And every day from this point on, I want you to mine for gold in your school. I want you to dig for gold because oh my gosh, there's so many gems there. There's rubies, there's pearls, but they're in raw form. They're in raw form. They're rock form, right? Like you got to like chisel them out. Then you got to refine them to see what you got. But it's there. And I'm telling you it's there. Like you didn't before this podcast, you didn't know they were there. But now you know that you cannot unsee what I'm telling you. I love that. You cannot unsee this. Okay. So, man, relationship equity is like interest with money. So I'm going to do my best to break this down and make this very simple because if I can get you this message, it's going to literally drive home everything that I've shared. So the whole theme of this is high school is a place really where you have opportunity to build an abundance of relationships and choose to go deep. Like that's like the whole of the message in that phrase, if I were to just keep it simple, right? So when you think about this, right, so they call compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. So just real quick, let me break down interest. So when you borrow money or when you invest money, there's an opportunity to accrue interest, right? So that is money that either someone is paying you a rate they're paying you for the money that they've borrowed, or if you put your money in some sort of account or banking system, it's a rate that they're paying you for investing your money into their system, into their fund, okay? Compounding interest, and you can look that up, you can Google it, you can research it, you can chat GPT it, but compounding interest, right? Compounding interest, they call it the eighth wonder of the world, because if you start investing a few $1,000s a year, like now as you're a teenager, even if you only did it for 10 years and you stopped, by the time you're ready for a retirement, you're going to have a fund that's worth millions because that's how powerful compounding interest is. Now, here's the thing. Here's what I want you to understand. And this is where this is about to get good. Compound interest, the power of it is time invested. Say that with me. Time invested. So time invested ultimately it what's the word I want? It trumps amount invested. Watch what I'm about to do. If I have a 10-year-old that invests $1,000 a year for 10 years, right? And this is just an example. These numbers may not be like perfectly, but the concept is here. If a 10-year-old invests $1,000 a year into a compounding interest situation for 10 years, right? But then let's say someone the same age, they don't do that when they're 10. They wait until they're 30. But they invest $5,000 a year for 20 years. Yo, compounding interest says the one who started at 10 years old will have significantly more money, even though they invested less for a shorter, their actual investing was over a shorter span, because the power of it is the time it's invested. So now that 10-year-old, his money's been compounding. So let's say, by the time that 35-year-old starts, that 10-year-old has already been compounding for 25 years. He's got a 25-year head start. That 35-year-old, they can't catch up, because that's how powerful compounding interest is. So hold that right there. Relationships can be the same way. Yo, a relationship that you start when you're 10 is going to have so much more value than the relationship that a person starts with the same person at 35, because you've compounded the time. You have equity in the relationship. So here's what I'm telling you. Listen, let's lock in, because this is the home run right here. This is the why. Because when you locked in with me, and we've been locked in since high school, and I've got to know your character, I've got to trust you, yo, let's say for a while we kind of lose contact or whatever, but there's a business opportunity or something in business that comes up, and I run into you in that circle. You immediately have equity with me. So that also means you're going to have my favor towards what you're doing more naturally. Whew, man. I just hope you guys are catching what I'm telling you, because if you start this at 16, 17, you will be miles ahead of the people that are starting this when they're 27 or 37. I want you to get this. This video right here could single-handedly be a game changer for your life if you catch what I'm saying to you. Time invested is everything. So right now in your high school that you hate going to, right? Well, not anymore. You at this point, you should be ready to get to school. At this point, you should be going to bed now just so you can wake up and get to school, because there's so much opportunity waiting for you. The issue is nobody's ever broken it down. Nobody has shown you the value. And if you're someone you're watching and you've already seen the value, let's go. Let's go. I'm glad somebody got to you before me, because you got more equity. You got more time. But if this is your first time hearing something like this, I'm telling you, you don't have to go to high school. You get to go to high school. And watch this, because I'm about to tie all of this together. This will bring your grades up. Why will it bring your grades up? Because now when you're getting to know those teachers and you see their people, you'll start wanting to do good off the strength of you want to make their job easy. You'll start behaving off the strength of nobody's going to help someone that's a jerk. No one wants to be a friend of a jerk. You might heal relationships with teachers because you've goofed off in their classrooms, but now it's like, dang, nah, Mrs. Susan, she might have some connections for me. I need to get my act together. This stuff is real and it's powerful. And I'm telling you, cannot unsee this. If you're listening to this point, because we probably about 30 minutes in at this point on this video. If you're still locked in or you're still listening to this podcast, you cannot unsee it. And if you don't execute the side missions, it's going to be in your brain. You're going to be hearing my voice. Relationship equity, side missions, get to know people, talk to your teachers. Don't be a jerk. You can't escape it because you done heard it now. I'm so lit. I ain't think I was going to get this excited with this episode. Get the gems. Get the gems. And here's the thing, right? I don't have many followers or many subscribers to this page. So if you got the privilege of catching this video and you're one of the few that get this thought, yo, the advantage that you're going to have over everybody else is wild. It is crazy. And if you're someone that's like me, because this is where I am, when I hear good stuff, I share it. If you're someone that's, yo, you so geeked right now that you like, yo, go send this to your friend and listen, be like, yo, don't text my phone until you watch this video, because it will change the game for you. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna get ready to close out. I'm so behind. I'm in trouble. I gotta get my daughter to gymnastics, but let me close out. Boom. High school is a cheat code if you change the approach. If you go to it with intention and strategy, there's gems, there's diamonds, there's gold, there's all types of precious metals, so to speak, and opportunities in the school, but you got to lock in. All right. I think I'm done. Leave comments. I want to know what you thought. Did you love the episode? Did you like the episode? Yo, did you execute something from the show? If you did, I want to hear about it. Let me know in the comments, or you can hit me up on social media. Bro, dig for the gems. High school is a special place, but you got to do it differently. And I'm telling you, after today, you have no excuse. After this moment, no excuse to do high school wrong. Your attitude and everything about school will shift when you start doing the side quests. When you start going there every day with purpose and on a mission to get everything you can from the experience. All right, man, that's everything. Again, follow on everything. I'm at Best Bet Dan. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I cooked on this one. I know I cooked on this one. So share this with a friend. I know you got friends that hate school. Share this with a friend. And remember, this is the Best Bet Show, where we talk about the things and the social skills and the communication skills that will give you the best bet to create the life of your dreams. Best Bet Dan, I'm out. Peace.
Street smarts and book finesse. Mix them up, that's your best. This is the Best Bet Show, guiding your souls to